Alright, I know that you're struggling with procrastination right now. I know that there's something at the back of your head that you just have to do, but you just can't seem to do it, right? If you just give me 7 to 8 minutes, I'm gonna help you cure your procrastination for good, like make it vanish from your life. And it's no coincidence that you clicked on this video. I mean, think about the odds. There are hundreds of other videos that you could have clicked on, and you chose this one at this time. So it's a sign, bro. I've spent the last 2 years dealing with procrastination, just not being able to do what I had planned. And slowly but surely I improved it to the point now where I very rarely procrastinate as a radio student. And I'm gonna help you take action so you can become successful and achieve whatever goals you have. The first step is to address the root cause. So most people don't talk about this, but basically procrastination is an effect of a signifying underlying cause that already exists. The universe runs on constant cause and effect chains, and procrastination is the consequence of this. And for the longest time, I tried to fix the problem by fixing the consequence, which is procrastination. By, like all these like feel good, dopamine heavy, like productivity tactics. And although some of them are good, like procrastinate, like Parkinson's law, that kind of worked. Most of them are, they don't really help much because they don't address the root cause of the problem. So the problem itself still persists because you're just addressing the consequence, which is procrastination itself. So the way to find the root cause and solve it is to ask yourself why. Start with Why by Simon Sinek. You want to ask yourself, why do you procrastinate? Get to the bottom of this, Let's say, like, for example, you have like a study session that you have to do, but you just keep putting it off and off for later. Ask yourself why you're doing this then. Take some time to really think through this. Ask yourself why you're doing this, and then once you have a reason, whatever it may be, maybe you're overthinking about things. Maybe you think that you already are too good and you don't need to do this extra study session. Ask yourself why, and then find the root cause of that. So ask yourself why again on top of that. Eventually you get to the root cause of this and you'll realize that it's mostly a lack of clarity. So lack of awareness. And that's the reason that you actually procrastinate. So it's to find your true purpose and to find your true goals that are authentic and natural to yourself, and to set intentions in achieving those. Because on the days where I did make progress in my goals and was engaged in them, I procrastinated much less because I had like a clear intentions of what I was going to do for that day, compared to the day where I just didn't have like anything like super like structured out. I was just going through the day willy-nilly, and that kind of fucked me over. So make sure you have the day like set out and planned, because that will give you much more clarity in what you have to do and help you procrastinate less. The second thing that makes you procrastinate a hell of a lot, I realize, is fear. And 99% of the time, the thing that you're procrastinating from, there's always some level of fear involved. I mean, right now, for example, I do maybe have like a little bit of fear that is like, what if I like get judged? What are other people going to think about this? Am I looking good? Or like is my jawline sharp? All this, shit. And this kind of fear is just an emotion, bro. It holds us back, man. And you want to make sure that we don't let fear control our lives, because fear can warp and distort our mind and reality. If you truly ask yourself like what you're procrastinating from, you'll realize that there's always like a little sprinkle of fear involved, no matter how big or how small. Essentially, I found 2 ways to defeat fear. First is to simply ignore the fact that you are fearful. Simply ignore the fact that you're scared and just do it regardless. That's called being brave. It's when you do the thing, even if you are scared, just ignore it and do it. And the other thing is to agree with it and accept it and still do it. So let's say that you're scared of, maybe picking up your camera and recording a video. Accept it, like, okay, I'm scared. Let's do it. And just do it. Like, accept it. Like, let go and accept that you're fearful and still do it. Because fear doesn't have to control you if you don't let it. If you don't choose fear to control you, it won't. Simply be aware of this. And I realized that the cause of this fear usually stems from overthinking. So now we're doing like the cause and effect chain. The cause of fear is usually overthinking. So that is the third and final step, is to have no inner or outer importance. So this is basically in regards to overthinking. Stop, caring so much about yourself and about the outside world. Inner importance and outer importance. Because when you care too much and you're too like invested into it, and you're not like detached in a way, you're super prone to overthinking. And this is what the majority of people succumb to. We overthink a lot when we are, there we have like a heightened level of importance into things that aren't really that deserving of it. For example, an example of inner importance is ego. So you have excess importance in yourself that you think that you're some, prideful motherfucker. And this can lead to a lot of overthinking because, like I said, maybe you think that, oh, I don't want to do this. What if like my ego is crushed? What if like I'm not as good as I can be? And that's like inner importance. And the same thing is true as for like a superiority or an inferiority complex. Hard words to say. The other thing is outer importance. When you care too much about random events and such, if you're detached and you let go, then you'll naturally lead to less overthinking. Like, don't worry about how your goal will be achieved. Like, leave that up to the world and simply intend and take action on it. That's, I realize, is the best way, because what's the point, of trying to control things that we can't? It just leads to procrastination. So fuck the overthinking and simply just take the next step in front of it. I got this from the Overthinking Cure book. Basically, if you have like a path that you want to go down, but you don't know exactly how to get there, leave it and instead just focus on the next couple of steps, and just take action on those. And remember, bro, you don't have to do this. There is no like obligation for you. You get to do this. You're choosing to do this. Reframe your mindset. You don't have to do like that's whatever you're procrastinating. You don't have to do it. Like, think of the bigger picture. You don't have to do it. There's no like you're gonna die if you don't do it type scenario. Instead, you get to do this. You're choosing to do this. So that just removes all like obligation and importance for it, and you can simply take action on it. So what are you waiting for, bro? Stop watching this video, get off YouTube, and go take action on whatever you're thinking of. As always, your potential is only limited by your intention. Take it, man.